Welcome to our day one of Seeds of Intention, Spirit of Love, Life Unscripted. Dakota, really excited to be here too. As you're seeing, she's usually not like this, but she can feel the excitement of all of us coming together for such a great thing. This is really unusual behavior for her.
Look at that face.
That is beautiful. So beautiful. I never could script this stuff, and that's why I gave up trying to write scripts. So we are here in southwestern Pennsylvania, and we are joining with people from around the globe, and we've already discovered with a couple of us that showed up early that we've got some we want to hide sometimes. Because I didn't brush my teeth, and somebody else, I'm not mentioning any names, didn't fix their hair. And, I had to eat my breakfast while I was finishing up. So this is Life Unscripted, really and truly, and about doing it together and figuring out how can we be community, global community, and really truly support one another in all that we do. So the first thing I'm going to do is take a heart breath, and even if you don't know what that is yet, just breathe with me. A big inhale right into the center of your heart, and a big exhale. And one more, and this time with gratitude to yourself for showing up here. And then, even if you don't know a lot about sacred space yet, and even if you don't have a sacred space, I'm going to show you some of the sacred objects that I keep dear to my heart and soul. And you're going to see some of my mess behind it. And you're going to see our healthy breakfast that we were able to pull together because I've learned how to stock my pantry a certain way. So I like to smudge my space, and you'll learn more about that later. And a couple of ways, and if you already do it, and hopefully you already smudged your space too. But I've got some sage here. Sage is thought to purify space, help spirits find their way on. And you can just take and smudge, yourself. Smudge all the energy to purify and cleanse your energy around yourself. I can take and smudge Lisa right there at her heart center. And I can go around my entire space with it. Some people, if you feel like your space is actually stuck with a spirit that can't find their way home, sage can be used. And then another way that I cleanse and purify, and what became noticeable to me today, is that a lot of my sacred things were gifted to me by people who are really, really dear to me. This next one was gifted to me by Crystal, who can only be with us energetically, and we can all support her because she is 37, I think, or maybe 38, and she has decided to go into massive amounts of debt and jump into acupuncture and Chinese medicine, and she's immersed in that. She's in Gainesville, Florida, immersed in her studies. Her brain is exploding and expanding, and she's loving every minute of it. But she would be with us if she could, and she is here with us. And I deliver this next heart breath to her with this beautiful gift that she gave me last year. She gave me frankincense and myrrh at Christmas. So there's these little charcoals that you like. Yeah, frankincense and myrrh, right? What a precious, 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 precious gift. So I'm going to catch this little charcoal. Maybe. Yeah, once it starts to simmer like that, you can see the sparks flying. Then I put it down in my little burner, and I set my frankincense and my myrrh. Look how beautiful they are. My frankincense and my myrrh on top of the little charcoal in the tiny little cute little burner. And this brings me, what I see is this is bringing the wealth and abundance that I've blocked from my life, because these were the precious gifts that the wise men gave to Jesus. And Crystal thought to give them to me at Christmas. And so it's super special to me. I've got a Cobra, which I picked up in my travels. Travel's really important to me. This is parasite wood. I bought it in Toronto, but the Cobra is a really important piece of Kundalini energy, and you'll learn some about Kundalini in our 30 days together. I've got my journals. What's your story? What's your story? That's a huge question. And the answer is never ending, because this is part of my past, right? It shows me where I've been if you journal. And if you've never journaled before, we're hoping that you will go and get one. And even if you do journal and you see these are sacred, like Ganesha is super important to me. Ganesha is a remover of obstacles. Ganesha is a Hindu representation. I find these deities are merely examples of the attributes of God. So I got Ganesha because I wanted to remove obstacles in my life. And this is my sacred journal. And when Ganesha got filled up, I got the peacock, because the peacock is a symbol of abundance. And it's time for me to open to the flow of abundance. And when I say me, I'm saying us. And if anyone is offended because I chose to say me or we instead of I, then I apologize, but we're all one. We're all connected. I have the I Ching, and I hope Christine can join us. Christine is one of our presenters, and she's traveling in Asia, and she's unsure of her internet connection. But she would be much more able than I to share with you the magic that is available for all of us in this I Ching. And so I'm hoping that she and I will be able to present a video together on the I Ching. And all I will tell you for today is this was my Christmas gift from Christine this year. And what she inscribed here, can you read that, or does it come up backwards?
No, it's right.
Yeah. So it says, Tammy, for my soul sister, with more love and more love, Christine. And I receive that love, and I offer it to everyone in this circle and to everyone in the world with a heart breath. And this seed, seeds of intention, spirit of love. Seeds of intention, spirit of love. And when I invited the brave souls who are presenting in this 30-day online retreat with us, they jumped into about a 20% completed project, literally. But yet the groundwork has been laid forever. I'm muting people, and we're going to share this technology with you as we move forward. Oh, hello, everybody that came in the middle. Hello, hello, hello. Omarosa made it. Yay. Did Christine make it? Bob made it. Yay. Lorna made it. Okay, sorry. I'm so excited with this technology. So really soon here, we'll get back on track. All right. Seeds of intention, spirit of love. When I invited these brave, brave, brave souls to jump in with me to the unknown, to uncharted territory, learning about new technology, learning about how to connect with our sisters and brothers around the globe, learning how to not be afraid that I didn't get to brush my teeth this morning, and that you might see my untidy house in the background. I'm opening it to you, as well as my open heart is being extended to every one of you. And there are some that aren't ready to feel that yet, or to believe that that's true yet. But I'm here to tell you that it's true, and it's real, and it's free, and it's freely given, and I receive it back from you. And this seed, Sekhmet, who chose to stay in the shadows today because the book got left at home to where I could show you her pictures, but Sekhmet is with us, and she planted a crystal seed in my pineal gland, and we'll learn more about that later if you choose. And Seeds of Intention, Spirit of Love was the same name for my spring equinox retreat last year, but this year it has so much more meaning, and so many more people are helping me spread the seeds. And I am so thankful because we're going to plant the most amazing garden all over the world. And Sekhmet, who is the feminine face of the sun, is going to shine on our garden. And Mother Earth is going to fertilize our roots. And we're going to keep pouring love and compassion onto it. And it is going to take over the world, right? Did you know that's what you were signing up for today? Love is going to take over the world, right? So Sekhmet chose to stay in the shadows because Goddess Guidance Oracle. I like also part of my sacred tools, and this was another gift. This was gifted to me by Ingrid Mandari, who's one of my Kundalini teachers, but really probably my primary one so far. And she gifted me this at Christmas as well. And I was having a little difficult situation with some of the other women who were going to present in this group. And I hope they still will with a surprise visit later. But some things were going on behind the scenes because they didn't think I was ready for this. And they weren't ready for this. And that's truly okay. But while I was really struggling with that, and a lot of my time was being taken up by having to deal with that or trying to deal with it the best that I could, I went to my Goddess Guidance Oracle and I said, can you please help me with this energy between, this sacred circle of women of mine, and we're having this little problem going on. And Mary Magdalene came, and she has continued to come. So you might have already read this for yourself. Look how beautiful she is. Look at her heart. She has an open heart for us. She's holding a vessel at her heart. And I hope the music in the background is not a distraction from my voice and from what's going on, because it's also a gift. And it'll come to you in your email tomorrow so that you can listen to it yourself. But Mary Magdalene, her message is really important. And it's part of the, part of the foundation of what I hope will come from all of this. She says, and I think that, I'll introduce the last couple things on our space. When Lisa and I were together one time a couple of weeks ago, we stopped into this beautiful shop and she picked up this gorgeous singing bowl. And so that's the last of the things that are on our table here. So we're going to go ahead and play this singing bowl for you now to really tune us in to this retreat. So can you come? Well, Dakota's in the middle, so it's going to make us have to readjust here our camera angle. You can see us both now. And I have a little singing bowl. And the reason I'm sharing these tools with you, some of you might be like, yep, I have my oracle deck, and yep, I have my journal, and yep, I have, we have things that are sacred to us. And we carry around the things that are most sacred to us, right? And maybe people don't travel as much as I do. I have 2 homes, really. And this one is a new home that I just moved to, and it's tiny. So I just had an opportunity recently to downsize and clear away some of my stuff, which is really empowering. And so what we carry around, the important sacred stuff we carry around. So you got a whole lot of background, in the couple of minutes we've been together already. And now we want to tune in by breathing a heart breath together. And again, you're going to receive the heart breath, I think, on day 3, an actual reading of it. But it's going to be, it's a gift, and it's powerful, and it's medicine, and we're going to frickin' take over the world with it. We're going to overcome the rage and the anger and the worthlessness and the, all that crap, all that shit. If anybody doesn't like the word shit, I'm really sorry, but that's what I'm getting rid of. My shit that no longer serves. We do it every day if we're healthy, and we know that it's supposed to go down the toilet and leave us, right? So why do we try to cling to so much of it? I don't know. We're going to find out the answers together. So another piece of our sacred tools, and we're both pretty new to this. There's a lot of people out there who sound baths and singing bowls are their primary healing method. And that's what like they teach and they offer. But Lisa and I aren't afraid to take our unskilled singing bowls and share them with you, because the vibration of them goes into our heart and raises our vibration. And you'll feel it. You don't have to believe me. So I would like for you to close your eyes, to surrender to gravity, to honor the moon, which provides the gravity to keep me from falling off of planet Earth. And I surrender to that gravity. And I become really comfortable. And then, if I come from that grounded, safe, and secure place of knowing that I'm not going to fall off of the earth today, I can inhale. And when I inhale, I grow taller, and my lungs expand, and my ribs expand, and it makes more space for my heart to move to the forefront. And I'm going to bring this singing bowl to our hearts, all of us around the planet, and we're going to play it for you while you continue to breathe, and you close your eyes, and you receive this gift. You start. Sweet. So, wow. I'm so grateful that we received this find, While we were out just going to yoga, she picked up this phenomenal thing to clear the energy for our sacred space for all of us. And I can see from your gorgeous faces that it worked. I don't have to ask you. Everybody's sort of radiating and comfortable. So now it's time that we can allow those of the presenters that were able to make it to introduce yourselves. And since Lisa is right here with me, I'm going to give her the floor first. And I apologize if this runs longer than it was supposed to, but we allow for the magic to come in.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa Klingensmith. I'm a massage therapist. I have been for about 9 years now. And I'm hoping to bring to the table some self-massage techniques for everybody, for some self-care. And also I'm huge into mobility and just movement in general, and bringing daily movement exercises into your daily life to stay healthy and in tune with your body. I think it's really important for people just to get out and move. I think it helps to keep the mind calm, keep you centered within your own body, and so you can share whatever your own gifts are to the world, which I'm hoping to bring into here. I'm also huge on providing your body with good fuel through your food and diet. And I do a lot of things in my own life that I think is just normal habits that I've acquired over the years, but I think I should teach people, because a lot of people don't know how to start healthy habits in their life. And through eating smoothies, bringing vegetables into every meal, doing cleanses. There's also, I just started experimenting with sprouting beans and legumes to help them be more digestible because I had problems with them before. So just some things I think I'm going to bring to the table to this retreat.
Thank you. And are you good?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And on that note, I'm just going to walk you over to our food that we just ate. Like I said, I just had to move to this small space and I wasn't sure what was in the pantry because this isn't my primary residence and we knew we had to eat. So we're going to help you learn how to stock your pantries properly. I don't know about the angle of this computer, to just see that, you know, I had the peanut butter here. I had the goji berries here already. I have the hummus here already. Okay. And we stopped in a little market. We're in a rural tourist area, so there isn't like a Whole Foods or a really healthy place, but it is pretty healthy. And what we were able to find there was a Bragg's, one of these new Bragg's cider drinks, the apple cider vinegar drink with pomegranate and more goji berry. We got some green apple to have little peanut butter sandwiches, which while I was getting the space ready and the computer technology ready, Lisa was getting our fuel ready, and we just winged it, right? We just winged it. And this is how we're going to help you to learn how to stock your pantry. Sometimes people feel like when they only have a couple minutes to eat, that's when they eat the shit. That word comes in again because I swear sometimes. But I feel like it's the best way to get the point across sometimes. So we're trying to show you how you can be healthier while living in this chaotic world that we all live in, right? And again, I just thank everybody. Dakota took my spot. So turning it over just in chronological order of when you showed up. So Allison Superman, welcome.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Tammy. So nice to be on here. I am so happy to see all your faces, and I'm really looking forward to this next month. I feel very honored that I was asked to be part of this as one of the presenters. And for those of you that don't know me, I won't get into a whole bio. I'll wait till I send out my first video. But I am an integrative nutritionist and a holistic health coach. So I, too, will be offering a variety of topics related to food and what I call laughter in the kitchen. So we're going to be experimenting with seeds because we're talking about the seeds of intention. So you'll hear a little bit more about chia seeds and flax seeds and all kinds of other seeds. Maybe I was also going to talk a little bit about sprouting, but if Lisa's got that covered, we'll decide what we're going to do. So, all right, I will do some sprouting as well. So I have lots of videos coming out, and I just wanted to welcome everyone and say how very happy I am. I'm in the Hudson Valley area of New York. We're in the middle of a nor'easter here, but I always remind myself that Mother Nature's beauty always stands out in one way or the other. So whether it's snow or rain or wind or whatever's happening outside, it's just really nice to see what happens. So thank you all. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you so very much. And what I'm learning more and more is like Allison had already shared with me that her, interpretation of the seeds was she wanted to go with the chia smoothie and the this and that. And there's so many ways to use seeds. And then when I was hanging out with Lisa soon after, I went over for a massage and she was sprouting beans. And I was like, oh, cool. That's another way of seeds. And Allison already said what she was going to do. And like the thing about community is like when you come to a potluck with us, so if you come to one of our retreats, you're going to eat like a king and a queen, because if everybody just shows up and brings what they have to offer to the table, we end up with this amazing feast. So if it feels like your little chia seed is a minor gift, it's so not, when you add it to the pot. Does anybody know the book Stone Soup? That just came to my mind. So like we're all going to bring it to the pot. It's community. So like Allison's main thing is food, but we're all trying to learn. And the other cool thing that we were just discussing, because like in the car on the way here, I was like, and you're still going to do your sprouting thing, right? And she's like, no. I got diarrhea from it and I'm done with it. And we had a conversation about that on the way, how sometimes when you do a cleanse, you have some diarrhea. It happens. Nobody likes it. But if you don't go through that stage, then you don't get to the other side of it. And so, like, we're not afraid to talk about our diarrhea in this group. So if that offends you, I'm really sorry, and I am. And now we bring Omarosa. Omarosa. Wait, I can't unmute you.
No, it worked.
Hola a todas. Hello. I am honored to be here. This is a big challenge. My name is Omarosa Mosqueda, and I am in Mexico City right now. This is the city I was born, but I feel like I belong to the Caribbean, which is the place I met Tammy. We have fun doing yoga and sit yoga, and we connected in a way that I never expect with a lot of people, but this is a moment that I feel like actually you show your cards of the goddess, and I was getting my cards of Jesus, the message. Blessed are the peacemakers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I took the screen because I was having a heart attack because, like, what are the odds of Mary Magdalene and Jesus both showing up today? What are
the message for this very moment? And well, my participation in this this retreat, that which I feel very honored to be part of it. I feel like the healing is not finished for nobody, because we're here, we have a body, and we need to, like you said, Tammy, let all the shit out, release and let it go. So I'm a massage yoga, or ancient massage yoga therapist, and I've been doing yoga for over 20 years, and my formation was in many forms, but my practice has been in many ways. So right now I am trying to get my stuff together after dealing with the quotidianity, life, and I'm going to do the mandala meditation for all of you to share how is this. We have seen books, and we have images that you can make with colors, but the real work is when you do it from your center and with your own creativity. So that's what I'm going to do with working with all of you. And I have done this for many years. Every time that I have a situation, actually I have many mandalas over there that you can see. All those, and I started painting. I study art actually, but it's not like my real thing. But I think that this is something that we need to work to find the answers within for any situation that we live in daily life. And I started for the purpose of this. This is very simple. We don't need to spend a lot of money. We just need to start with the basics, and I'm gonna show you how to get to your center and find answer for the situation that you're living right now. I am into that, so I hope that you will get to enjoy it and find creativity within yourself and the answers that you need to solve any situation in your life. And maybe you will say, I have no creativity, I've been really bad in that. You don't need to be an artist, you don't need to be very good. You're gonna find your creativity that you're gonna use for other things that you are good at it. Whatever you do that you like, that you enjoy, that you love to share, you're gonna find that special, divine, quality gift, talent that you have, and that is unique and irreplaceable. So that's my gift for this retreat. Sorry, my English, I haven't speak English in a long time. I try my best, but this is going to be really good because I'm going to start practicing a lot. I'm going to do my video as well because I'm obsolete in technology, and I'm going to, this is a challenge also, but I'm going to be ready to learn and to learn from each one of you. This is going to be really good and amazing seeds of love that we're going to be playing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Gracias. Bonita. Bella. Solo poquito español. Omarosa es helping yo. What? So I'm traveling to Mexico in the next month. I pray to God we get to be together again. And, that's another thing. I can help you with English, and you can.
Yeah, help you with Spanish.
Will you please say that in Spanish?
Te ayudo al español.
Ayudo.
Ayudo. Te ayudo. Help, ayudar. Help, ayudar.
So if anybody else wants to learn Spanish, that's another free part of this retreat that we didn't even plan for.
Yes, a few words at least.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I love Omarosa. I fell in love with her immediately. Like she said, we had only a very brief meeting and a very brief time together, and I believe in being really honest. So I'm going to tell you a couple of the standout details. So my friend called me up or texted me, and he was like, do you have a passport? And I think it was like a Sunday or something like that. And I was like, yes. And he was like, oh God, can you go to Mexico with me on Sunday? And I have 4 kids and a business, but his partner was unable to take the trip all of a sudden, and he couldn't get a refund. So I was like, abso-freaking-lutely, I'm in. It was only like a 4-day trip, and I was like, without a doubt, I had never been to an all-inclusive resort before, and I went, and yoga was on the menu, and I was like, of course I'm going to go do the yoga, but it's probably going to be a lame resort class. That's what I thought. It's probably going to be like some subpar, lame resort class, but I'm going to go anyway. And what I got was the gorgeous, beautiful Omarosa, who is an incredible teacher. And one of the books I picked up along the way, which greatly inspired me in the yoga, was Vanda Scaravelli's, what's the name of the book? I forgot. Oops. Go ahead. Now you're unmuted. Say it again.
Awakening the spine.
Awakening the spine. Awakening the spine.
Yes.
Kundalini energy, awakening the spine. So the book that I found that I loved, that gave me all this new wisdom, and Vanda Scaravelli was, like 96 and still practicing, and she got to practice with some of the great masters. And in day 1, I discovered that Omarosa had the chance to study with Vanda Scaravelli when she was how old?
93, 92.
Yeah.
Something like that. She was like a rubber woman.
Yeah.
For her age.
I like to say that people like her and people like some of the great yoga masters don't have a skeleton, because I'm like, how do they do that? And Omarosa called her a rubber woman. And so like when I fall in love with people, like I fell in love with Lisa, I fell in love with everyone that's been invited to this program. It happens like that for me, and I just know that I found a gem in the Caribbean, and I did. I found the Sup Yoga Queen. So like we were at this awesome resort with like the best food and everything, and it was all free. But the best part of that trip for me was finding Omarosa. I didn't have a car. So she and I got in her little car, and she got me some weed. I hope you don't mind if I say that, but like I couldn't travel with it, and it's medicine that I believe in when used properly. So it was like, yes. And she took me to an authentic Mexican restaurant, like the real deal, which to me was better than the 5-star French meals that I had. And she shared with me some of her wisdom. And I said, I know that you and I are going to work together. And when I reached out to her, it was literally our 2-year anniversary. And like the next day after we had our first meeting about this, the Facebook friend thing came up, like, it's your 2-year anniversary. So I'm so grateful for what you bring to this group. And I think that's the last presenter. No, Haley is here. Haley is like, technically, she's our virtual assistant, but in reality, she's so much more, because I met Allison last year because I went to COSM, which is Allison's neighbor. It's an amazing chapel in the Hudson Valley. And I was going to meet Nikki Scully, my teacher, and mentor and healer. And she was releasing the book that has been so transformational for me. And I stayed at Allison's Airbnb. And as soon as I walked in the door, before she was even home, I was like, oh my God, I know we've got something great to do together. And one of the many things that Allison shared with me, in addition to great smoothies and just like getting a little tiny picture of her awesome world that she created for herself, was she told me, basically a technology moron, that there's such a thing as a virtual assistant. And I was like, oh, what? You know? And then she's like, yeah, I'll put her in touch with you. But she didn't tell me that it was her daughter. And I've got 4 of those. And I am a daughter. And we're kind of screwed up. And I was like, oh my God, the beauty of it, the fact that it's your daughter. And like, I want to learn from you. So our beautiful virtual assistant, Haley, but Allison's daughter, and just as much to contribute as all the other contributors here. Welcome, Haley.
Thank you. I'm still like in disbelief over how we met. It's amazing. But I'm very happy to be here with everyone.
Is that all you have to say?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Now we only have a couple of the guests here who have signed up so far that are able to join us live. And I want to know if you would be comfortable sharing anything that comes to your mind. I will ask Pangea first because she was the first one to show up for the meeting. Would you like to share anything? Okay, I'm going to unmute you because she shook her head yes. And I'm going to thank her for having the courage to show up. And I can't wait to hear what she's got to share. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. I'm here because I was invited by Allison. And Allison and I met through a relationship with food. She was at a farm that I was working at. It was Common Ground Farm at the time. And now we both are involved in the farm, or it's an organic farm here in the Hudson Valley, right across the street from Cosm. And I've been to Cosm several times. And Allison is a CSA member there, and I run a little store that is at Over Creek Farm. So Allison and I have things in common with food, and I'm a clay artist, and I use the 4 elements as sacred part of my daily ritual, which is going to work with earth, water, fire, and air. So I'm very much connected with earth-based sacred objects and things related to my art. And Allison has a few pieces of mine, I think. You still do. And in honor of our meeting today, I wore my seed necklace because I thought it was appropriate to put that on. And I do practice a daily sacred space. I have one, but it's way over there, so you can't see it. But I'll share that with you later on. And I'm just happy to be here, and I'm so happy to see people I know. That's like so comforting, like Allison and her daughter Haley. Hi, Haley. And yeah, they're very special ladies, and I'm happy to be here and to meet you too. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And like I'm so grateful because like what I knew already is becoming more apparent. Like we had to have some presenters to pull this together. So some of the people in the group I'm kind of referring to as presenters, and some of the people I'm kind of referring to as participants. And that's how you're sort of divided in our email list. But really, there's no division. We're all community. And I feel like Pangea could make her own video if she wants to during this retreat, because like the elements are, you know, you're going to receive as a free gift, a beautiful elemental invocation. We're a little behind with our technology. We promised you'd get the free gifts as soon as you registered, and we didn't do that yet, but I promise they're coming. And the thing is, the list is growing of what free gifts you're going to receive. And the seed necklace was such a beautiful contribution. So I hope that everyone that is here and that will be seeing this later in this recorded video is as excited as I am, and I think we all are, to see the beauty of this unfolding. You know, I had people tell me I wasn't ready for this. How could I possibly think I could pull this off with such short notice? I was, you know, working on a new website, and I still am. I just have a beautiful skeleton or potter's wheel with a little lump of clay on it. and I'm, looking for help to make it grow, and in so many ways. And there's space in there for this community, for everyone who wants to be a part of it. I won't exclude anybody. We are community, and you fit in, right? So I think the next person who arrived was Lorna. Hello and thank you. Would you like to share something with us, Lorna? No? Oh, yes. Okay. I've unmuted you and you now have the floor. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, no problem. I was going through my emails this morning and I saw the email from Allison, and the topics and some of the things that you plan to cover were very exciting for me. And I've worked with Allison on various things, nutrition, and also I have osteoarthritis. So she usually recommends great things for me. So I was glad I was able to participate.
Awesome. Thank you for heeding the call at the last minute. And, part of what I accepted with the challenge that I chose to take on, and that's rising above the naysayers, knowing that I can, is that we're building something together, So when we do our next one like this, which is kind of scheduled for May, but maybe this will just keep going, But my next big thing on the calendar is Madre Sagrada, Sacred Heart of the Mother. And that's a big retreat for us. And you're all invited for that one. And by then you're going to get an automatic email response when you register. And, the registration is going to be actually in our registration system, not a Google document. But the Google document works. And I'm really happy to have it because I couldn't have pulled it together without Haley's help and without using tools that are available if we only know what to do with them. And we're going to make it better and better and better with everybody's support, everybody's contribution. Water our seeds. There'll be opportunities for people to donate and support what we're doing and support each and every person who's agreed to contribute. We have donation software on our website. You'll be able to donate from them or buy something they have to offer. And it's just a really great way we're going to bring abundance. Bob, I prayed for you. I prayed for a male to show up because a lot of people out there have women's circles, and I never wanted to do that. Even though I know it's mostly women that show up, I don't have anything against the men. The masculine's a little off right now, but we're all a little off. And that masculine that's ready to show up with us, I just honor you so much. And you're like the Jesus here among all these Mary Magdalenes. Would you like to share? I'm trying to unmute you and I can't do it.
Unmute. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Well, first of all, I've known you for many, many years.
It's Bob Stover!
Yes.
Oh my God, I didn't recognize you.
Yeah.
Oh,
maybe it's my youth looking still. Good.
Thank you. You've lost weight. Thank you.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, forgive me for not welcoming you warmer.
No. That's fine. I'm excited to be a part of the group, and I'm looking forward for learning. This is a new experience for me. And my wife and I are now retired, but the river and scuba is still a part of our lives, and we're looking for other things to do. And this sounded really exciting since I knew you too. Thank you.
You have absolutely no idea how many goosebumps are running up and down my spine, and you've made me cry in a good way because oh my God, you've made me cry in such a good way because first of all, the way that I met Bob was 1996, and I've never been afraid to go big. I believe in it full on. I fell in love with whitewater rafting the first time I had the chance to paddle a Class 5 river, and I kind of never left after that first time. My guide was Bo, God rest his soul, God rest his soul, God rest his soul. And I had the whole... Wow, that's right. Wow. Yeah. So Bo was my guide on the Upper Youghiogheny Class 5 River, and I fell in love with it. And I was spending the whole week up at Seven Springs, which is we're near there now. And Bo was like, "Hey, you want to go down the cheat tomorrow?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And the Cheat is a class 5 river that only runs in the springtime. So like that particular year, I fell in love with the river and I never went home, but I had missed the guide training. Bob Stover was one of my 3 teachers when I became a river guide in 1996. And back then, we started out our training, we had to show up in March for the ice break. So it's our 20-some year anniversary.
Yes.
Bob. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
And Bob has never failed to show up for me. And like we've had such limited time because he lives in Ohio and I live here, and we had that training year. And he wasn't like the other teachers. They were like, they didn't want the women around, to be truthful. They wanted us to be a passenger in the class 5 raft. They didn't want us to be guiding. But Bob wasn't that guy, and he still isn't. And so like I didn't get to see him a whole lot. But when I opened Body and Balance 6 years ago, it's so appropriate that you're here. He showed up. He drove in from Ohio and surprised me at my grand opening, much like he's surprising me today. And I'm so grateful. And then he continued to support me because he was a teacher before he retired, and he brought his 8th grade students for an adventure trip every year and brought them for yoga hikes. And the fact that you're here today, and now maybe you can come with us to the Caribbean and with Omarosa for some scuba diving.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So this has gone so much better than I could have ever anticipated. Does anybody have anything else to add? Okay, then I feel like the way that I would like to close this is to actually read what Mary Magdalene has brought to our group. And actually, if Omarosa would like to, Jesus's message is just as important. So if you have the courage, Omarosa, for doing this in your second language, and I know we've run over the time, so I apologize for that. And look what happened. I didn't have a bookmarker, but I literally opened right up to the page of Mary Magdalene. Now it could be because I've read it a couple times and she's near the middle, but you could close your eyes. You could use this as a meditation if you like. Feel like you're grounded and centered again, and hear these words that are really what our thing is all about, because Mary Magdalene is unconditional love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. I'm not what most people think. Yet to defend myself would be to sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with. Amen, Mary Magdalene. I could stop right there, but there's more. I am one with the divine, just as you are. And it is here that I choose to reside. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness, where love reigns supreme. It's here where the most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people and rise above all appearances otherwise. Don't worry what others think or say. Heal the situation with love. Send love to those who have hurt or misjudged you. I'm going to do that right now. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done. Release old unforgiveness toward others to help yourself heal and move on. Although the Gospels never specifically call Mary Magdalene a prostitute or a sinner, she's been called one by misogynists. Mary Magdalene nevertheless overlooks these false judgments, is unconditionally forgiving, and has a beautifully sweet energy. Her significant role with Jesus. We never could have planned this. I mean, we could have, we might be lying to you, and Omarosa and I planned that she was going to draw the Jesus card and bring it, but we didn't plan it, I promise. Her significant role with Jesus, as described in the Gospels, includes her washing his feet. We just did that for some veterans this morning. We just massaged them. Witnessing his death and being one of the first people to whom he appeared after his resurrection. Controversies about her other roles she may have played include Christ's bride, a temple priestess, or a disciple. Call upon her for help with forgiveness and opening your heart to more love. I hope that resonates with us not only through the day and through the month, but through time and space. Omarosa, do you want to read Jesus?
This is just a very simple message. It says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And there was another message here about forgiveness. And here, forgive and you shall be forgiven. So I think that's a really deep work for each one of us, having this life of adversities and obstacles. And the true answer always is true loving heart. So we just here to remind ourselves that we have that forgiveness.
We do, and I receive it and I offer it to, I don't think there's anyone I haven't forgiven in this world, and that's something I'm most grateful for. So with that, we close. We thank you, and we will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow's video was just recorded this morning, and I didn't plan it that way. It's just how it worked out. And the free gift of the song that was playing in the background is going to be shared in the email, and I just can't wait to see how this garden grows. Just 1 million thank yous, gratitude overflowing from the depths of my soul to each and every one of you that is with us here today. But for those maybe that had trouble connecting because of a technological issue, you were here with us anyway. You get to share in our video, and we're going to get to meet you. Thank you, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta mañana. I'll unmute anybody so you can all say goodbye if you wish.
Bye. Adios.
Bye-bye.
Hasta mañana.
Hasta luego.
Bye-bye.
Bye.